the hook of the movie is that he only does crimes along Highway 101. And I'm like, that does not pull me into the movie. It's like, but here's the catch. He only does things along this stretch of highway.
What if
And
there's
I'm like,
construction?
I'm like, why? I'm not curious to find out, but I just want to know, why would he do that?
Welcome to Nerdy and Nice, everybody. I'm John. Thanks for being with us today. Hope you had a great weekend. We're here to cure the Monday blues because Mondays are for the nerds. With me, as always, Lacey, and our first guest ever on Nerdy and Nice. We really reached the far reaches of the nerd space.
Really thought about that. Really
and we have our buddy James Baney, who you may not know was our co-host on the Resistance broadcast, our Star Wars podcast. James joined us on Thursday for that big Adam Driver, Ben Solo news. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you probably still heard about it. But James, our first ever guest on Nerdy and Nice, that's going to be in the history books. Welcome to Nerdy and Nice. How you doing, buddy?
Well, doing pretty good. You know, the blue looks pretty nice. I like the blue, that you've done. Yeah. All this stuff over here.
I love that he's been considering little bits. That's such a James thing, like the paper thing he did once where he was like, I made this thing, like an action figure out of paper.
What about his all-time troll job? His last episode of TRB, he wore the Man, the Myth, the Legend shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Still got it. It's upstairs.
You should have introed him as the Man, the Myth, the Legend.
No, because I think that's a disgrace. You can't do that. All right. But we have a fun show. We got some trailers to talk about. We got news to get into. Johnny Depp is doing some new stuff that might not be pirates. We got Stranger Things news, of course. Kpop Demon Hunters, of course. And then what we're watching. And James is going to give a review of Tron Ares, which he's seen 6 times. And Peacemaker Season 2. So we're going to get a review on the DC side there, and then we'll get into what else we've been watching. But why don't we kick things off? Lacey, is there anything you wanted to throw out there? I kind of went right to James. I'm sorry, but did you have anything before we get into trailers that you wanted to bring up on this nerdy day?
I'm ready to go. I don't know if I've ever pointed out that I have a Gumby here now. Did I ever point that out?
I think you told me off air last week.
Yeah, I got Gumby.
You told me off air last week.
I got it at a toy show, and I just noticed it just now. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, my background's all Star Wars. I got to work on that. And then I was like, oh, but there's Gumby.
What else is there? You have Akbar, of course.
Looks like lamb chop.
C-3PO, Gumby. I can't see what you see on my screen.
I see what you're saying, James.
Grogu.
Her Akbar is what you think is lamb chop, right?
Oh, that's Akbar. Yeah. C-3PO naked.
My dog has a lamb chop chew toy, and I'm like, lamb chop? Really? We're making
so
lamb chop chew toys?
Is that just a sock?
No, it's the sheep.
Yeah.
No, but
I know, but it was like a sock. It was like a bad.
This is the song that never ends.
Yeah, Sherry Lewis. I remember that.
Bennett. I loved that show.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, no, I'm ready to go.
Okay. So let's fire it up. Let's get into trailer time.
Oh, God, I love that movie.
Okay, we have 3 trailers to get into. Before we do, just quick plugs. Subscribe to Nerdy and Nice on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on social media, Nerdy and Nice Pod, and our YouTube channel, where you can also watch the Resistance broadcast. It's all under one umbrella, youtube.com/@TRBpodcasts. And then if you'd like to, join our Patreon, patreon.com/TRBpodcasts. We have Nerdy and Nice stuff on there. We've been doing movie watch-alongs. We did Labyrinth, we did Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we're going to do a holiday one in December. It might be Tron.
I've been saying this forever, James. So Tron?
I still haven't seen Tron. None of them.
He hasn't seen Tron. It's insane.
I haven't listened to the soundtracks. I didn't even go on the ride when I was at Disney.
You didn't go on the ride?
No, but we didn't have time.
Wow.
Tron is one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
What?
Okay. Perfect. Is it?
Yeah. Kevin Flynn is one of my favorite Jedi characters.
Oh, is Kevin Flynn the dude?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, we'll get James's review on the third leg of the Tron trilogy in a little bit. It's the third one, right? The new one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right on. But we do have 3 trailers to get into. Let's kick things off with Crime 101. We have Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Kagan. Theaters, February 11th. Nothing like going to a crime movie for Valentine's Day. But, yeah, theaters, February 11th. Crime 101. We'll kick things off with you, Lacey. What'd you make of this trailer? Had you known about this movie prior to seeing this trailer? And do you have any interest in this movie, which will be coming out right around your birthday?
I have never heard of this trailer until today. I've never heard of this movie. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand what this movie's about from this trailer. I was like, so Chris Hemsworth steals stuff and Halle Berry's a VP of an insurance company? That's the pitch? And then Mark Ruffalo is a cop. Has he played a cop before?
In the Oscar nominated, no, he wasn't a cop. I'm sorry. He was but you're right. Zodiac. What's the movie where he wrote, it was The Paper, it was about the Catholic priest stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
he wasn't. I was thinking he was a cop, but he was a reporter. So he was getting down to the nitty gritty and was
Spotlight.
The Spotlight. Yeah, it felt like he was very much the same character.
Oh, spoilery if you haven't seen it, but Shutter Island, he technically is on screen as a cop.
I just feel like Mark Ruffalo's in everything.
He is.
He's in everything.
You did not need to spoil anything. You're just gonna say he's a cop in that movie.
A cop in that movie. Yeah, so he's been a cop.
I don't know.
Technically, Leonardo DiCaprio is alive for most of Titanic.
Technically, he's in 98% of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I watched this trailer and I just felt like it was, I don't know, not of interest to me. I guess because I can't picture Chris Hemsworth being the character that he is. I feel like this movie was written for someone else and he's stepping in. A Jason Statham or I don't know, someone else that he's yeah, I steal cars. And I'm like, so Ryan Gosling? Is this someone else's movie that they couldn't get that person, so they got Chris Hemsworth? And even Halle Berry to me is, I'm like, it seems like Halle Berry's character is written for someone else. It doesn't fit the role she normally does. I don't know. I won't be seeing this. Long story short, I will not be watching this movie.
All right, that's fair. James, what are your thoughts on Crime 101? This seems to be a sort of cat and mouse type of thriller. Is that up your alley in terms of genres? And did seeing this trailer bring any interest into seeing this for you?
I mean, in the same vein that Lacey did, I hadn't come across it, and now I'm like, oh, so now it's in front of me. Does this look interesting or not? And it did. It's funny you said it doesn't fit Chris Hemsworth, but the first thing I was watching with it was that it felt like Extraction, which is Chris Hemsworth.
With the Russo
also
brothers,
felt like
right?
Black Hat, which is also Chris Hemsworth, and both of those are technical, actiony espionage sort of movies. And so I was like, so it's not the first time he's done stuff like this. But I could not for the life of me figured out how Halle Berry's character fit into the movie at all. And I had to watch the trailer 2 times to be like, she feels very important, but I don't get her connection. Is he falling in love with this woman? It almost felt like The Town, where I'm like, there's this bad stuff happening over here, but how does this other woman fit into this? Oh, because one of the guys is falling for the other woman and doesn't want to like bring her into it, but maybe like he's going to find that he has a job, then she's the target or something. And I'm like, okay, but they don't lead into that. She's just there and they're having conversations over dinner and stuff. And I'm like, but what are you doing? Like,
I
why,
think he was
what does
hitting
this
on
have
her
to do with
then
this?
get the information. I don't think
Maybe.
they're actually romantic.
It feels like one of those movies where someone, like an innocent person, is roped into a life of crime and then sort of begins to like it or something, is what I'm gathering.
Maybe.
And like she's like probably like a regular person and he's like a thief, but she gets like roped into it, wrong place, wrong time, and then he's like, you're stuck with me now because you've seen my face or something. And like one of those
Or he
deals.
wants out and she doesn't now because she's in it.
Yeah. It's I think it looks interesting. I've always liked Halle Berry. It's funny when I look at this cast, how many people play superheroes, because when you look at that cast list, it's Thor, Catwoman, the Hulk, and the Joker.
All I see is Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, and the guy that cheated on Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Idiot.
Who was that?
Barry
guy?
Kagan.
Yeah.
By the way, did you watch any of her SNL?
She's hilarious.
Did you watch the skit Plans, like the horror movie? And it's when they find out they have plans. I thought that was so funny.
No, but I watched her like Home Shopping Network one, the neck pillow.
Oh yeah. Yes.
She's funny.
Yeah.
She has great comedic timing. She's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Just put
right.
it right. Just stick your hand and feel how soft it is. He's like,
Yeah,
blow
this
this
part
out.
is a different texture. Yeah. Well, that's funny.
I've got one other quick thing about this movie.
Yeah.
The hook of the movie is that he only does crimes along Highway 101. And I'm like, that does not pull me into the movie. It's like, but here's the catch. He only does things along this stretch of highway.
What if
And
there's
I'm like-
construction?
I'm like, why? I'm not curious to find out, but I just want to know, why would he do that?
Is that California, the 101?
Uh,
Because it made me think of that SNL skit, The Californians, where they're like, you go down the 405 and then
Well,
like there's so
California
much
would-
traffic.
I could be 101, but they have the one, their Highway 1. But 101 would be a highway that connects to the one.
You're so
I think
right.
it-
Why would it
it
be
takes-
that road specifically?
It takes
I
place.
mean, Mark
in...
Ruffalo is like, we've traced it down. Take out the murders and take out the blah blah blahs, and it's the same guy, only on Highway 101. And then it's like Crime 101, and I'm like, what is?
That's what I thought
does
it
that
was.
have to do with it?
Yeah. I guess it does take place in Los Angeles.
So stupid. Now it's even more dumb that we're talking. Like,
All right. Well,
again,
let's.
We were talking about Ben Solo last week about like pitch. Who sat in that meeting being like, look,
Yeah.
it's
This
just
is Adam
this highway.
Driver's pitch.
It's Adam Driver. So highway. The definition of highway is
John, are you gonna watch this movie?
I'm not gonna go see this in theaters if I'm being honest, but I do love cat and mouse thrillers. That does pull me in often. So once it hits streaming, I'll probably check it out. But I can't see myself getting out to theaters, especially James. You were talking about the cost of. I'm sure you'll talk about it when you review Tron, but the cost of going to the movies and stuff. So it's interesting. It's got a great cast, but not enough to get me in the theaters. But I am interested to check it out because I do like that type of genre, even though we have no idea what's happening. Next we have the Eddie Murphy documentary Being Eddie, hitting Netflix November 12th. James, you're an Eddie Murphy fan, right? You like Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you make of this trailer? Do you think it's enough? Like, do you feel like I feel like Eddie Murphy's been in the public eye so much that we already know a lot about him, even his family. Did this trailer make you feel like you're going to learn more new things about him? Are you interested in this one? I mean, you don't have to go to the theater to see it. So what are your thoughts on Being Eddie?
Oh, I mean, I think I would absolutely watch this. So this also reminded me, like, I'm an Eddie Murphy fan. I've never been like, oh, I'm not going to go see that, or I don't like that guy, right? But I don't follow him to the degree that a documentary wouldn't serve me well. I
Oh, all
would
right.
watch
Yeah.
this and be like, oh, I didn't know this. Like, I've never seen Beverly Hills Cop, or any of those movies. I know that he did them. I know they were well received. I know people liked him. I know his character culturally and all this other stuff, but and many of his movies. But this is really up my wheelhouse. I actually just watched, and it's in the same vein, same studio, or not same studio, but same distributor. The Charlie Sheen, like
Oh,
2-part
yeah.
Charlie Sheen thing. And
Yeah.
I was like, in the same mind, I was like, yeah, Charlie Sheen, we all know him. I mean, I don't know his whole story. Like, this documentary would be interesting to watch. So you watch the whole thing and you're like, whoa, I didn't know so much of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I then a couple weeks later see Being Eddie, and it's like feels the same vibe, but it's about a
Yeah.
different comedian that I have known for many, many, many years. And yeah, it looked interesting to me, and I thought a lot of the intrigue was there, like, oh, how he was this, and then he became this, and then he became, and I'm like, man, it would be fun to sort of have that nostalgic look back at, like, I do remember when this was in the news, or or I didn't know that was in the news. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm definitely interested in that, especially since it's free.
I am too. I love documentaries, and I feel like a lot of the recent run of documentaries, um, co-produced by the subject at hand, like the Paul Rubens one, I thought was excellent. The Val Kilmer one was incredible. Yeah, some of them I feel like they don't dig deep enough. Like even the Charlie Sheen one, maybe it was because the guy lived such an insane life, but even some of the stories that they revealed in that, I'm like, oh my god, he's even crazier than I thought he was. And it's like it's
Yeah.
nuts. So I am gonna check this out. I've always loved Eddie Murphy, so I don't know if I'm gonna, the minute it hits Netflix, fire it up. But the fact that he essentially tanked his career, sort of tanked in the mid 90s, and for him to come back in such a big way and still be back in a considerably big way at his age now, I think is really cool. So I'm down with it. Lacey, how about you, Being Eddie?
I would watch this. Like you said, I don't think I would watch it like the day it comes out, but if it was on and I was flipping through browse, I'd probably watch it because I feel like Eddie Murphy was just like a big part of all of our childhoods with Shrek and everything else that like you said, his fame kind of ebbed and flowed where like he was so big for so long with like Nutty Professor, and then he did Dr. Dolittle, and he did Shrek, he did all these kids movies, and then he like disappeared for a while and then he came back again. I also love his brother, Charlie Murphy, and I hope that
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
he touches on that in this, because I noticed Dave Chappelle's in this being interviewed. So I would love to hear
yeah.
some bit about that because they do tell a lot of stories about them together, like in fame.
Mhm.
And they're good storytellers.
Oh my God, the Prince skit from Dave Chappelle is still one of my favorite
And the Rick
comedy
James, yeah.
skits. Yeah, with the like, I'm making pancakes game.
And apparently a
blouses.
lot of that story was like spot on real.
True.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah.
My favorite bit of that, by the way, is when he said, yeah, he was like so high on cocaine. And then he's like, I never did cocaine. He's like, no, he was totally high. He did this. And he's like, okay, so I was high on cocaine. And it was like,
oh, Rick James. Yeah.
So,
He
okay,
goes,
so I was high.
He goes,
Did
I
you
don't
guys ever
remember
see
stomping my feet all over his couch. Yeah, I remember stomping my feet all over his couch.
Yeah. Did you ever see the follow-up about Prince putting Dave Chappelle on the cover of that? He talked about it on a talk show.
I believe I
don't
did. I
remember
also
this, but-
remember the story from Charlie where he went to a Prince concert and Prince like walked by him with his guitar and just did one of these to Charlie Murphy after that whole skit came out.
Dave,
So funny.
Dave went on a talk show and he talked about how like Prince always could one up anybody, and he's like he one upped me because of the thing that I did, and he goes, and this is how he did it. He put my face on the cover of one of his albums, and it's Dave Chappelle like doing this with the pancakes, and he's like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sue him because like he can't. He's like, it's just like checkmate again,
Yeah.
like he's just so good. He's like, I'll just one up him.
So I
Yep.
hope they bring that stuff up. And just like, I would love to hear just more background to certain decisions that were made in his career. And like, I feel like Tyler Perry is a complete ripoff of Eddie Murphy. Like all that Medea stuff and whatever is completely, I
Yeah.
hope he touches on that. Because it's always interesting to just hear someone that has been so famous and like at such a time where like they said it in the trailer, like he had the top song, top TV show, top movie, all this stuff.
Top stand-up
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
And then just to be like kind of forgotten for a little bit, like just hear what that is like because people just don't understand.
Yeah.
There were a couple waves of that because he was like king of the 80s in a lot of regards. Like that, all the things you were just saying, he was checking all the boxes. And then, Boomerang comes out in the early 90s and he sort of fizzles out. He gets like some bad publicity about like prostitutes or something like that, which they may dig into this documentary further. I don't know. But there was this famous SNL bit where David Spade would do like really spicy things about celebrities. It was sort of like a TMZ, but you know how David Spade, his thing was always being the snarky little wise ass. And he did this famous thing where it was when Eddie Murphy, who used to be on SNL. So David Spade's there on SNL and it's a picture of Eddie Murphy. And he goes, look, kids, a fallen star, make a wish.
Ooh.
and I don't think Eddie Murphy ever forgot about that. But then he comes back with Nutty Professor, Shrek, and he's back on top. And then, as you say, Lacey, he dipped down again, and now it seems like he's coming back up. So, I mean, talk about a resurgence for somebody who might be one of the funniest people ever. So this should be a cool one. And then we have last trailer here, Pluribus, Apple TV, November 7th, created by Vince Gilligan. So that's going to get people to watch this thing because of Breaking Bad. It stars Rhea Seehorn, who I'll admit I'm not familiar with. Feels like it's in that pocket of dystopian type of brainwash of society type of thing, which
she's on Better Call Saul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I actually didn't watch Better Call Saul. I gotta watch that.
It's pretty good. I watched a couple episodes. It's pretty good.
Did you watch Breaking Bad also?
No.
That's interesting.
Wow.
No, I am not.
Lacey's the best because Lacey will be like,
yeah.
Like for a while, she'll be like, yeah, the only Indiana Jones I've seen is Crystal Skull. And I'm just like, ah.
I watched all of Breaking Bad, and that's very good. Obviously, it's like one of the best shows like ever. But then Better Call Saul is apparently up there, and everybody who's stuck with it likes it. But I don't know if it ended up being good or not. I watched about 3.5 seasons of it, and I was like, I can't do this show. I can't.
I started with Nobody.
Interesting.
And then went back to Better Call Saul for a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The
movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, I loved Nobody. Oh my God.
Good.
Love that movie.
Sequels next year comes out, right?
Yeah.
So what do you guys make? Lacey, we'll start with you on Pluribus. What did you make of the trailer? Is it a good trailer as a video editor? And did it spark any interest for you to check the series out?
I am coming across dumb today. I don't understand what the show is about. Watching this trailer, it says that obviously it's like the most miserable person needs to save the world. So there's some type of dystopian thing, which we had watched a couple teasers of this show and like talked about it when it was announced. This trailer gives a little bit more where it's like kind of this creepy utopian society. She's in all these situations where she's by herself and everybody knows who Carol is. And I'm sure there's something there. It seems like it might be a virus that everybody's stuck in one way, but she's not. So like they need her to solve the problem. But other than that, I'm like not really sure. But it's clearly shot in the same place that he shot Breaking Bad because it looks exactly the same as you're talking about looking at the landscape.
I thought it was a Breaking Bad sequel when the trailer started.
Oh, really?
It's the same location.
The Vince Gilligan,
New Mexico,
the
or Arizona
style
or
and everything.
I think it's New Mexico. Is it?
It is.
Or maybe it's Tucson, Arizona. Bad location.
I think I want to say it's New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
It is. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Mexico.
I have been. I almost went to the house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't go though. I think I forget what it was, but I couldn't go with the people. They're like, "We're going to the Breaking Bad house. You want to go?" And I was like, "No, I can't." But
Apparently, that lady hoses people down.
we were
and
close
stuff.
enough.
Because people throw pizzas on a roof. I'd be angry too. Like, stop doing that.
I'd be like, free pizza.
Exactly.
You can eat the pizza off the roof.
Free pizza.
Just line the roof with like something that's clean.
No, yeah, make the roof like an oven, like a metal sheet.
Yeah. Oh,
and then you get extra crispy in the New Mexican sun.
She goes out there with one of those like long paddles.
Yeah, just like at Frank Pepe's. You ever see that? They have the long ones that would go all the way into the oven. Yeah,
I knew exactly. You knew what I was talking about. Frank Pepe's, which James went to and was like, "All right,
meh."
Well, first of all, it was not the prime location, and second of all,
I love how every time this story comes up, there's another excuse. It was cloudy that day. Okay, it was cloudy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why.
Pepe just got over a cold.
John was so mad that you were like, "It's fine."
Meanwhile, the maybe on the same trip, the guy walks like when Superman had to find the Fortress of Solitude, walking through the Arctic. James walks to Popeye's Chicken across the highway.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working with here. But
if
we're
you ever
getting
came
off
to
topic,
visit again,
but...
James, I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I can drive you places you don't have to walk anymore.
I thought
you guys
Lacey's
invited
say,
me in.
I'll cook you a home-cooked meal.
I know.
In like
you can come to my house.
The middle of the Antarctic dead zone. I'm like,
this Best Western next for Target.
I'm gonna be
what
honest.
What are you guys doing all day? We're working. Have fun at the hotel. I'm like, all right.
I would no. Did I work? I thought I took off.
We both worked. I think we worked half days or something, but like we
yeah,
had to because
I mean,
we had
you guys
just
weren't
taken
available.
Time off.
I mean,
during the day.
I think I got canned from that job like literally 2 months later. I should have just taken the
You
day off.
did. You got fired like a month, not even like half, like in January.
Yeah, they shipped my whole department to India, and they're like, "Thanks for being here. Goodbye." Anyway, we got Pluribus, and I'll say this: I really liked Breaking Bad. James has me almost not wanting to dip my toe into Better Call Saul at all at this point, which is fine. People are screaming at their podcast.
Yeah,
like, no, you got it's the greatest. But
yeah.
I'm not. This does feel like a societal brainwash sort of utopian / lead to dystopian type of thing. End of society vibes. One person can save humanity, and right now I am not feeling any of that stuff. Last of Us, I couldn't get into. Anything that's about the doom and gloom of the world and society, now is not the time for me. So I'm probably not gonna watch this. I'll be honest. If someone tells me like this is the best show ever, then I'll start watching it because I do have Apple TV now. But I'm not gonna kick this one off out of the gate. James, what about you?
Dude, For All Mankind.
I still haven't watched that.
Dude, it's so
I
good.
keep forgetting. Yeah, so watch that instead of this, is what you're saying?
Yeah, there's been like they go, the first and second season are amazing. Third and fourth season, there's times where you're like, wow, am I still watching this? Kind of dropping the ball. But then by the end of the season, you're like, yes,
All right.
you know? Yeah, I love that show. Yeah, this one was right in the middle of the road for me where I was like, I don't know if I hear people talking about it, like kind of like Severance, for instance. Where
I was
like,
gonna say Severance.
Yeah, it's like, that's weird. I don't know, but if like everybody's like, oh, it's so good, you need to watch it, then maybe convince me.
Right.
I think there's something about this show that it obviously, it looks really cool, like the way it's shot. They obviously took time to say, well, where's this character at this point? You know what I mean? Like, let's let the light reflect that and other things. Yeah. I think they did a lot in that. I am a little bit confused about the story, but to me, I think, I don't know what I got out of it. I don't know what I got out of it matches or does not match what you guys have said, because at times I'm like, that's not how I took it. But if I repeat how I took it, I'd be like, I feel like I'm saying the same thing you are. There's something about this world that she's in that, to me, the vibe I got from it was like religious. Like they treat her like a god. And she's like, I'm not a god. I'm just trying to get through this. And I can't get anything done because all of you are just worshiping my existence.
Interesting. I took it more as like, speaking of severance, where they have people get severed so they don't have to feel pain or any miserable situations or any feelings, basically, like with the surrogates and stuff. I took it as, maybe it's because I just watched that recently this year. I took her as like she actually feels things and she's miserable, and everybody else has done the thing like the severance thing where they don't feel those things.
Yeah, because there's a part in the trailer where you clearly see some sort of samples of syringes or something, and then it says happiness is a state of mind. And
Right,
then you
like
see
they've
like
gone too far so that they don't feel anything anymore.
yeah, and
but
then you have
what about the scene where she's interviewing with that guy and
Yeah.
she's like, if I bring what if I told you to bring me a gun, a bazooka, a tank? He's like, yes, we would. What does that have to do with happiness and
That's true.
his existence and everything? It seemed like she has leverage over everybody, and everybody would do anything, regardless of how
Like the
crazy
president.
it is, to
Yeah.
make her happy.
Mm.
And like even the cabinet, the closing line is like, you're free to move about the cabin. Her name, they
Feral,
say her
yeah.
name. Yeah. And it's like, so there's no one, we don't want anybody on this plane. We want her to have the best trip. She can do anything she wants. And she's like, oh, and I'm like trying to
That
figure out
is
the dynamic
interesting.
here. Why is everybody worshiping her to some degree?
I feel like this may be one of those shows where like she's immune to whatever this vaccine is to make everybody peaceful and calm and no violence. Almost like, wasn't Equilibrium sort of like that? So just sort of controlling the state and making sure people think all the same way or something like that. Because then halfway through the trailer, you have some guy who looks like he may be a president. There's a White House thing behind him, and he's like, "So you can be like us," and it feels like it's some sort of governmental thing where they're like, "We have this shot or this thing that will make everybody happy," and but is that, what's the price for that? That type of thing.
The meaning of pluribus is Latin for out of many one. And it was, I know we just made these jokes, but
Webster's defines pluribus.
But the interesting thing, going off what you just said, John, is that it was adopted as the motto of the United States in 1776 to represent
pluribus unum. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're onto something there, John, where it's related to science. It is a science fiction show, but related to the government, clearly.
They're making everybody just
happy,
in line with the same exact thoughts. Yeah.
And she's not in line for whatever reason.
I think she's like immune to it. She's the cure. And maybe these people are curious about it. But
it's on a lot of US coins.
Look, if this thing blows up, people
Next
are like, this
slide,
is the
please.
best show since yeah. This is the best show since, Severance or whatever. Like, I'm going to check it out, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to give a wait and see approach. But we do have other stuff to get into. We have some news stories, and then we're going to get into what we're watching. So why don't we fire up and see what's happening?
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Enough, I get the point.
Johnny Depp is returning, but it's not for pirates yet. So according to Deadline, he just signed on to star as Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol at Paramount with Ty West directing. Ty West is his fame is for the movie X, which was a horror movie, and then also Pearl and Maxine, which both feature Mia Goth, who's now in Star Wars Starfighter. But yeah, so Depp is making his jump back into kind of a character specific role of Ebenezer Scrooge. It's also interesting to know that there's another Christmas Carol movie, I guess, coming from WB as well, because everyone's like, let's do a Christmas Carol. And there haven't been enough as there is, which, by the way, Muppet one's the best one. I will not be taking any questions at this time. But that being said, James, are you excited to see Johnny Depp take on this role and or a character role again?
It's tough to be excited about something I'm probably not going to watch.
Fair.
I don't mind Johnny Depp, but I will say that my wife just put on Edward Scissorhands the other night, and I'm just like, who approved this?
What?
It's just the stupidest movie.
Oh my god, the
It's
music at
so
the end.
dumb.
Oh my god, dude. Come on.
He's
But-
just like, throw it out.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Christmas Carol stories are going to be remade over and over and over and over and over again. So part of me goes like, well, of course they're going to do it and it's going to make money to some degree, or it's, you know.
I think it's a rights thing because they have free reigns, public domain. I think Christmas Carol.
Yeah. But part of me is also being like, another one of these, you know, I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's Johnny Depp and he's given his take on it. He wants to be part of the Scrooge crew.
Hashtag
Yeah,
Scrooge
he gets
crew.
to he wants to find a way to hang out with Michael Caine
Do you
Jim
think they
Carrey.
all get together on
and
Christmas?
Jim Carrey. Yeah,
Oh, and Scrooge
It's like
Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck.
yeah.
Scrooge
it's just
crew.
it's an elite crew, and
It's like
he
the
wants to
SNL
figure out how
Timers Club.
to break into that
Yeah.
private function. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just needs to get a job, so he gets
Yeah.
together with Ty West and the people at Paramount to make it happen for him.
Paramount's just doing everything right now. They're like, let's just throw everything out there and see what sticks. John, where
They're
are you
like November 2026. It's a long ways away.
Mm-hmm.
As long as this, because this immediately made me think of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and like that movie, that's a bad Tim Burton movie.
That one is pretty terrible. However, they did train all those squirrels, so that I can appreciate that.
Oh, well, then that makes it all worthwhile.
I think it's better than Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, well,
I think his best role has been Jack Sparrow, and we can all accept that and acknowledge that he should have won the Oscar for that.
Gilbert Grape, pretty good. But I will see this. I love the Christmas Carol. The first iteration of the Christmas Carol I ever saw was Mickey's Christmas Carol, which had Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge. I think when I was a kid, I thought it was much longer than it is. It's only like 24 minutes or something. But
Yeah.
that's burned in my brain. Like, I love that version so much. It brings back a lot of like really vivid memories of watching that as a kid.
I remember
and I watched the
slicing of the
ham
turkey.
or whatever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ham. Yeah, the very thin slices.
I was
I think
just thinking about that.
Oh my.
Was it not bread? I thought it was bread.
Oh, it's like a turkey
No, it
that
was the
they make that's
ham,
really small,
or
and
the
they're like you
turkey.
see everybody starving, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Am I a socialist at 6? Like, why are people starving?"
He's like, can we add a log to the fire or add a piece of coal to the fire? Yeah.
Oh my god! And Mickey's starving, and you're like, "Who approved this?"
But James, to your point
Tim
about
Burton did.
keep Tim Burton's name out your mouth. I'll come slap you in Dayton, Ohio. No, to your point though, James, about the Scrooge Club, like I've watched all those. The Muppet one I love, of course, with Michael Caine. Even the
Yeah.
Jim Carrey one wasn't as good, but I still saw it in the theater because it was 3D.
Bill Murray.
I love how John's like, the only reason I
Scrooged?
saw it is because it was in 3D. Anything in 3D, I will go see.
Not
Doesn't matter.
anything, but I did see the Phantom Menace in 3D. So humble brag there. But I think this will be all right as long as they don't get too crazy with it. Stay on the straight and narrow with the story. Don't try to get too like crazy the way they did with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like that was just so much worse than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So as long as they keep it pretty traditional, I'm good with it. And I think Johnny Depp will do a great job because he's a really good actor. Yeah, I am interested. And depending on what it's rated, like I don't even know if this is going to be like a darker version or whatever. If everyone goes see it, I'll take the family to go see it. If not, I probably won't get to the theater next November to see it. So we'll see. But it is interesting to me. And I do actually have a quick excerpt from the script here.
Well, one
I'm gonna
second.
read.
I do want to mention that
James is
the
laughing already.
other version of of the Christmas Carol is from Nosferatu fame Robert Eggers, and he's having Willem Dafoe play Scrooge. So you have Johnny Depp versus Willem Dafoe, which I'm going to be honest, I think Willem Dafoe is going to act him around circles around Johnny Depp.
Quite the prestige illusionist situation happening here.
Yes, because he doesn't push into the character stuff, which Johnny tends to do. Also interesting that Robert Eggers is working on a Labyrinth remake and a Christmas Carol and a werewolf movie all at the same time. Homeboy is busy.
And Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. But I do see that this snippet from the script says, and then Ebenezer puts on his nightcap, gets into bed, blows out his candle, which is sitting next to his mega pint of wine and jar of cocaine, and he drifts peacefully to sleep.
That was the buildup.
Well, you had the delay because you did the tangent with the Eggers and all that stuff. It's hard to. In the moment,
how do you get these leaks, John?
Amber Heard sent them to me.
I was gonna say, what's she doing?
She's
all right. Well, moving on to Stranger Things. James, are you excited for Stranger Things? We just talked about it last week because they did a bunch of really big interviews from the set, and like basically they're like everyone's dying. So I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you were really into Stranger Things.
Are you caught up on it?
So yes. So basically, what happened in my eyes is I was like, Stranger Things, whatever. Okay, I'll watch it. And, oh, that was neat. That's fun. Oh, Stranger Things season 2. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Watch Stranger Things season 2, and I go, that was amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Better than this first one for sure. Although apparently ratings don't show that. They think the first season was better than the second.
I think second's better.
I disagree. Second better. So so then the third season comes, and I'm like, I can't do it with the show in the tunnel.
It's so bad.
And I'm like, I don't know. So I can't, but then the ratings are higher for season 3 than they are for, and I'm like, all right. I didn't care. I didn't care about the Russians.
Too long
the end of the tunnel.
between seasons?
No, I'm just saying the actual season itself was not good. I just couldn't with the season.
3 was the worst season for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care. Like there's something not happening here, and they're trying.
I kind of felt
like,
the same way.
What's happening at the end of this tunnel where there's Russians or something? And I'm like, I don't care about that. And I never finished the third season. And then the fourth season was out, and I was like, whatever. And then it wasn't when we went to London, I was like, all right, I'm going to catch up. So I watched the end of season 3 and all of season 4, and I'm back, baby. Season 4 was awesome.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. Season 4 like brought it all together. Everything made sense. I got all their arcs again. It felt very much like we've been on this journey for a long time, and now it's like this is what's happening, and all of that actually had purpose and led us somewhere. And so I'm very excited for season 5, and it's part of the story here, but like, I don't know, I was excited. I was like, oh, I think I'd pay to go see the last bit in a theater,
which is what
watch the whole season on the show, and then like they're like, oh, you can go to the movies and see it. It'll be on the same screen at home. But I'd be like, but for $20 or something, I go and see it in the theater with all the like-minded people who want to be in the theater in the moment to watch 5 seasons culminate in this event. I mean, that's an end game moment. That's a thing that you're only going to experience or have the same experience. It'll be exactly the same at home, but it'll be completely different in the theater.
But are you going to go on New Year's to see it?
So it's happening on New Year's Eve. Originally, they weren't going to release it in theaters, but plans had, quote, evolved, and the finale is 2 hours long.
Man, that does suck that they did New Year's. What are they thinking there? Because now all of a sudden I'm like, I want to go. Oh wait, it's on a holiday. I can't.
And you don't want to be spoiled.
My wife and my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dang,
if you wait to go try to see it in theater, is it only on New Year's?
Side note: New Year's Day, I'm there.
I think
New Year's
they
Eve,
haven't
we
announced
have a
which one
problem.
it is. I would assume it's New Year's Day, but that's just me. I would assume.
I thought it was New Year's Eve.
I don't think they've announced exactly because it was coming from Puck News. They haven't
On
announced.
our notes, it says released on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
So, I don't
that's the rumor.
Yes, it says.
I mean,
8
I could
p.m.
go do whatever we're doing New Year's Eve and beyond off social media if it's there the next day.
Okay.
But if it's a 1-day release or something, that sucks.
Yeah, you're not
Well,
going to see it.
according to Puck, they probably have that in mind. It says it will also run on January 1st, James. So go radio silent on New Year's Eve. Don't text me or call me. Happy New Year, anything like that, like we usually do every year at midnight.
Yeah.
And go see it on the 1st. Happy New
Break
Year,
tradition,
James.
John. It's like
He
we're
texts-
putting out
he
the
texts,
we're putting
Happy
out
New
the Ben
Year's. He's
Solo
like,
movie.
so and so dies.
We're putting out the Ben
And he's
Solo
back!
movie. It's on Thanksgiving. That's it.
Which they said
It's
he's
like-
not. Duffer Brothers
They
came
did.
out and said Eddie is not coming back. He's under the ground, is what they said.
Yeah.
But that is
Yeah.
tricky that they say he's underground. So does that mean he's in the upside down?
I don't know. Dustin Gaten Matarazzo was on Fallon, and he was like, "Yeah, if they brought someone back, it has to be Eddie." And it's like he obviously filmed the show, but if the Duffer Brothers are getting out in front of it, so people aren't disappointed, good, smart on them. I'm a little bummed about it, but I'm glad if that's the truth. I know that heading in because I did have, we had talked about it, Lacey. There were signs and there's whole theories about vampires and stuff, and maybe they're just being,
People do
trolls and
this
setting
all
us
the time,
up.
yeah.
And he is coming back, but I'm starting to believe he's not, which is all right.
Also, wasn't season 3 the one where she was like goth for like 10 minutes?
Yeah,
Season
she went
2.
to Chicago. Yeah.
That was season 2?
Yeah.
Yep, I thought it was
Was
season
it?
3 too, but it's
Season
season
3 is
2.
the mall. Season 3 is the carnival, 4th of July
No,
weekend.
I know all the
Billy's
mall
trying to
and
bang
stuff. I
some
thought that was the
moms,
beginning of
like
season
that's
3.
It's the beginning of season 2 because she meets she leaves. She's with Hopper,
and then
she
she leaves to Chicago.
Yeah, she leaves for Chicago.
Meets
and
other
8.
people like her.
Yeah.
She meets
and then
number
comes
8.
back.
Yeah,
She like
But
unlocks.
But it never
the door.
really paid off.
No.
But yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
what about you, Lacey? Theaters
probably
on this
will
one?
now.
I will not be watching this in theaters. I will be watching this in the
I probably will be watching
comfort
it at home
of
too.
my home.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I got to start my rewatch. Someone had posted the other day. They're like, if you start today watching an episode a day, you'd be good. And I'm like, oh no, I've missed that point. I'm at the point.
I think it's insane to do a rewatch that way. The
Yeah.
tediousness of that, especially with all of us with kids and stuff, is insane. To
How
me.
many
To be
episodes
like,
is it? Like 8 or 9 a season?
Well, think about it. It's a month away, so it's like
I'm so
30
screwed.
something episodes.
Do you know who does the Lord's work? The people on YouTube that recap like the season.
I gotta watch one
before.
of those because there's no way I can make it through.
It's like 10 or 20 minutes, and you'll be like, "What happened on The Boys season 3?" Or
Oh,
whatever.
I agree with that.
And it just
yeah.
they'll break it down way better than last time on The Boys, right? And you can watch like 20 minutes, one sit down show, and it recaps all the details, gives you all the storylines, and puts
Yeah.
you right back in the place. That's all I need. I need like
I gotta get caught
one
up on The Boys,
episode
too.
to
Yeah.
That was good. Season 4.
I
Yeah, I
guess
gotta
we'll
watch
see
that.
what the plans are for Stranger Things. But
Yeah.
some news that I'm pretty excited about. Similarly, Netflix killing it in the toy arena because they just signed a deal with Hasbro and Mattel to make Kpop Demon Hunters
my
toys.
God.
So they're making games, dolls, and other collectible items. And it's an exclusive deal. So nobody else is going to be able to do this, which is interesting. They announced this. I believe it was 2 days after a big article came out that they've lost so much money this year. Hasbro and Mattel are down like bad this year, 2025. So it's funny that that story came out and then 2 days later they announced this big deal with Netflix for Kpop Demon Hunters, which the stuff's not going to hit shelves until next year, but they're putting up like, I signed up already to get like the alerts about it. In November, they're announcing their first products that you can like pre-order, which their first actual item which I will not be getting, is a Monopoly version of Kpop Demon Hunters, which is coming out in January because that's probably the easiest one to make.
What was that first article? Losing all their money? Yeah, it makes sense. Because that's what all the little girls want is the Monopoly.
Is Monopoly. No, they definitely want dolls, Barbie dolls. And Mattel does a good job. Obviously, they have Barbie. But we'll see what they do. I hope they do Barbie dolls. I think my daughter would love these. I would love them.
They're going to do everything. Especially if it's Mattel, they're going to do that. But they're also going to have, I guarantee you, they'll have like sleeves you could put on that have like the colored veins and stuff. They're going to have
They rushed
everything
to get Halloween costumes out this year. They rushed with Spirit Halloween to get them out because the top 5 costumes this year are Rumi, Mira, Zoe, Jinu, and then baby Saja are like the top 5 costumes.
And there's a 6th one too. It's but it's not. So in the top 10, 60% are this one property.
That's crazy, man.
And I saw someone online in the like buy nothing group for my town being like, does anybody have this item for my daughter's Kpop Demon Hunters outfit? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is huge.
Yeah.
I don't always subscribe to the hype of things because I feel like things come and then go quickly. Like even Squid Game, Juggernaut, Avatar, those movies come billions of dollars and then they just disappear. There's no like lore and stuff. Kpop Demon Hunters, this is the biggest thing since like Harry Potter. Like
I was in on it early. I am proud.
I got to give it to Lacey. She sent me the thing and she's like, have you watched this show? And I was like, whatever.
I know, but I'm never going to hear the end of it ever.
It's the one time I've been cool.
But I do remember when you said like, John, you have to watch this. I'm like, what is this? Animated?
Did you watch it on your own, Lacey?
I did.
So you were just like, oh, this looks interesting. You put it on. You were like, this is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was obsessed with it. And then I played the music for my kids and now they're obsessed with it. And I have to listen to it every day.
Do you know what I think is really the biggest thing here? It is the music.
100%.
It's not the stories, the characters, the animation.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the music is connecting with people and they hear it over and over and over on social and they're like, oh, that was good. And it's reminding them constantly that is still out there and it was good and you should go watch it again because we're still talking about it. And it's because the music is carrying through on social.
Which the depressing part of this, by the way, is that Netflix signed this deal with Mattel and Hasbro because Sony Animation, which made this movie, did all the work for it, sold it to Netflix for distribution, but also sold the rights to toys and consumer products. So Sony lost money selling this to Netflix as a slate with other items. Then they lost out on the money in the movie theater, which, by the way, went to the movies for $18 million in one weekend. They're releasing it again on Halloween, which I forgot about, which I got tickets for. So they're going to make more money. So any money they make, I didn't. I forgot. Anything they make in the box office goes to Netflix. Any subscriptions goes to Netflix. Now, any product profit, Netflix, not Sony. They own all that IP stuff. Sony is now trying to make a deal for a sequel. And I guarantee Sony's going to be like, give us a piece of that going into the sequel because they're just, I mean, talk about like, oh my God, what have we done?
Yeah. I mean, they have to. I mean, and they know that. Netflix knows that. They're going to be like, all right, well, we made, I'm just throwing out a number. It doesn't matter. 10 billion on the first one. We're going to make 5 billion on the second one because we have to split the deals with the person who's actually making it. We can't not cut them in. We got a good deal on the first one because they didn't have faith in it. But now that we know it's there, it's business. We're talking business now.
They crossed 400 million streams this past weekend.
My kids are obsessed with it. My
show your pictures. John's kids are late to the game, but they're in it now.
So Johnny loves drawing, so he drew these guys.
The SHAH boys.
Yeah.
Look at the depth and everything. I was so impressed.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You should get that tattooed.
I should. And then drew like this, which is the...
No, get that one tattooed instead.
The
I just
Giwa.
get a
The
tattoo,
other one's
right
like
on my head.
perfectly aligned and like symmetrical and everything.
But
And
and
then
for our
he
audio
goes for
listeners,
that
my
one.
son drew the SHAH boys and the ramp leading up to the
My
ghost
favorite is
thing.
every time he shows this picture, this is like the third time he's done it because I've asked him to. He never knows Jinu's name. He's always like, I don't know, Janu,
Ginu, I always
Jawa,
say. Yeah. Yeah.
like Jinu.
Genu, Von Claude Van Damme.
Might as well.
No, but the
But-
music is definitely the thing that's connecting, I think, people
Yeah.
most. And they're like all little kids are addicted to it. And that's how you knew it was getting popular, is because the bigger kids got into it, then middle schoolers, then elementary, and now like the preschoolers are all into it.
My
I mean, it's
literally,
fascinating. Oh, God.
my 4-year-old daughter last night, like she's like, Alexa, play, Soda Pop. Alexa, play.
Yeah.
There was another song she did, and she's singing. She doesn't know all the words, but she's doing this full dance routine. I think that must be from the movie. I'm like, what is it? She's 4. It's crazy. And
I
she was
love
so
it.
Bennett
good.
doesn't sing
She's doing this.
often,
She
but
was
he
like this.
sings
She was like-
golden.
I love it. I love it so much.
Bennett likes it too.
Yeah, it was funny because I told him, "Hey, we need to watch this movie," because my friend told me to watch it, and I think I told you guys this story on the
Yeah, and he was like, no.
thing. Yeah, he was like, kind of invested in it or whatever, and he watched like half of it, and I was like, "We need to finish it," and he just didn't seem interested in finishing it. And then I picked him up from camp one day, and he was like, "Dad, I think we should probably go home and watch that movie," because everybody at school was talking about it. And he was like, felt that he was like missing out because it was
Not the
such a
cool
hot
kid.
topic at the thing. Yeah, and he had the opportunity to be on it, but he was like chose not to be. And it was a weird thing for him because he knew he could have seen it.
Oh,
But
no.
now that it's
then he felt
cool,
left out. Yeah.
yeah, there was something weird going on, and I don't think he's ever experienced anything like that. Nor, I mean, that's not even that common that like somebody would even have the opportunity to learn about the huge, big cultural thing that's about to happen, in 2
It's
weeks.
absolutely crazy.
Remember being a kid when that happened too? When someone would be like, you don't know this show? You'd be like, oh, God.
It happened,
happened
a
all
lot
the
when
time?
we were kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
my
was
God.
like, you don't know what the Power Rangers are,
And you'd
you
be
know?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, and like kids would always be talking about it. And then like my aunt bought me a Bart Simpson shirt so that they would think that I did watch it, but I couldn't watch Married with Children and stuff. Kids were talking about that. Like that stuff happens. But
Yeah, I mean, your Pog collection is cute, but mine have like spikes on the sides.
Pogs. I never
Yeah.
bought a Pog in my life, but a lot of kids
Really?
like-
My
in school.
friends had Pogs and stuff. We were very much into like Pokemon cards, Tamagotchis, Furbies,
I'm
Spice
still playing
Girls.
Pokemon trading card game Pocket. It's been a year.
Nice.
I do.
Yeah,
I open
Johnny's-
it every day,
Johnny's
twice
pretty
a
into
day.
Pokemon.
Open up the packs.
I mean, Pokemon's nuts. We saw it in Japan, but like I see videos all the time on social of people like going into Costco's and buying whole pallets. And I'm like, oh my God.
Have you
James,
guys
do you
ever
see-
seen the thing where it breaks down how much money Pokemon actually makes?
No, how much does it make?
I can't give the numbers off the top of my head, but it's literally like you're looking at every other big franchise, like top 10, and it's like this one made, 40 million. This one made, 56 million. And you get up there and like the number 2 is like 300 million or something like
Mhm.
that. And
Mhm.
Pokemon is like 1.6 billion.
Oh my God.
I mean,
believe
it's so unbelievably further ahead than
Yeah.
it's like every other like top 100 combined would equal what Pokemon is at 1.
Yeah.
It's so funny because over
Let's
the
see if we can find
weekend,
the real numbers.
there was this convention called TwitchCon, which is obviously all the people from Twitch get together and whatnot. And there was this big kind of commotion about it because a guy walked up to a girl and basically tried to like assault her, and it turned into a security question. And then there were all these people from like different YouTube channels that go around and kind of like instigate. And this one guy was trying to like basically rage bait this one girl into like saying terrible things. And she just looks at the camera and she's like, I pulled this today. And she pulls out a Pokemon card. And I was like, that's how cool it is that you have these 20-somethings bragging about Pokemon cards that they pulled in decks. And I was like, it's just, you can't get away from it. It's everywhere, Pokemon.
It's crazy. Kyle Weaver, he does like all that stuff.
He does streams where he unpacks cards, I think he said.
Yeah, he goes to conventions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
It's big time. All right. What are we getting into? A little bit of what we're watching while James looks up some Pokemon revenue numbers?
I don't know. I know I've seen this, and yet now it's always pulling up. It's like, oh, it's number 6. I'm like, what? Why am I?
Let's just
am I crazy? Did I just make this up?
You may have made it up.
Probably made it up.
We could never leave the house, and would just probably sit around all weekend and watch TV.
Go on.
I tried to get it to where you were saying I probably made it up.
I probably made it up.
All right, let's get into what we've been watching. James, guest of honor, you have a review to give us for Tron, right?
Yeah. Should I start? I guess I'll start with that.
Well, unless you guys want me to go really quick with my one thing.
Why don't you go really quick then?
I tried to watch for the second time the live action Lilo and Stitch, and it is so bad I can't get through it, and I had to shut it off again.
We watched it Monday.
I hate it.
Crazy.
I hate it. And it's so weird because I never gave an F about Lilo and Stitch, but my kids are really into it now to the point that they're being Lilo and Stitch for Halloween. And I can't stand the live action version. It is such a low
didn't
level.
Like the cartoon one?
No,
or you
the
just didn't
cartoon one came later than when I was young enough to be into it. Like it came out later in the 2000s or something when I was in like high school, college-ish. Like I forget what year it came out. 2003.
You know, the big story with Lilo and Stitch came out after 9/11.
Oh, did it? So then, yeah, I was in high school. So like, I'm not the audience for Lilo and Stitch when it came out. But
sorry, wait, real quick, so that I don't sound crazy.
What?
In the movie at the end of the movie, they are like chasing after Stitch because he's been captured. So they like board the alien spaceship and they're flying all over the place, and it's like almost crashing into buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
That was originally a passenger plane.
Oh, it was, and they made it a space plane?
The movie was like done, and it's like a passenger plane that's like flying through buildings in the city and stuff.
Oh, so they
at like right above the ground and like right above the street level and stuff.
It's now the forest that they drive through. Like they fly through.
No, they went in and they had to, because it was just, they can't do this. They can't put out this movie right now. It's supposed to come out in December. And that happened in September. Like it was like so they pushed it back like a few months, and they went back and they reanimated all of it and sort of changed part of the story so that it would make sense that he was getting on board like just an alien ship. And they put the two side by side, and you can watch like the animation of like when he was like in a passenger plane and he's like sitting in coach and stuff, and then like how they changed it to make it. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, that's how I always remember when Lilo and Stitch came out, because it was only like a few months after 9/11 happened.
Who knew? So yeah, I was in middle school, high school-ish time frame when that came out. And so I wasn't the audience for it. But then recently the live action one came out, and it came up on the screen when you turn on Disney Plus. They had Stitch rolling on the screen. So then my kids got interested. They were like, what is that? And I was like, okay, well, if we're going to watch it, we're watching the animated one first, because I'm not doing this live action first. So we watched the animated one, and they loved it. They were obsessed with it. They loved everything about it. My son is obsessed with Stitch. He thinks he's Stitch. He destroys stuff like Stitch, all about it. So then we attempted to watch the live action one next, and they changed so many things about it, and like there's so many parts of it that like don't make sense because they cut things from the original to like I guess make that transition to live. It's not good. It's terrible. So I shut it off and I put the original back on. And so today Daisy was asking to watch it again, and I was like, ugh. So I tried to put it on again, and I couldn't. Like it's just so bad. The acting is terrible. It's just so bad. So I had to. That was my second attempt. I will not be attempting again. But the voice is great because it's the original guy. But
Yeah.
the fact that they changed the scientist from like a Russian guy to some random like quirky weird guy, and I'm like, okay, but the Russian one's better. The Russian voice of the original scientist is a better
Oh
character.
yeah.
Then they completely cut Mr. Bubbles out. The CIA agent is out. Who's like
No, he's in the movie.
Not in the live action.
He's not called Bubbles, but it's the same.
Well,
I didn't like his casting though.
I haven't gotten that far. I've only gotten to like
Maybe.
literally the social worker, which I believe is the original voice of Nani from the first one, because she sounds like the original voice.
They sort of do like a
segment real quick.
Anyway, regardless, regardless,
Yeah. I just like let me just go real quick.
Yeah,
8 minutes later on Lilo and Stitch lore.
It's just because I just watched it like the other day, so we're both like.
I do this every time, James, where I'm like, I don't really have anything to talk about. Like I did this one day, and I went off on like a 15-minute monologue about the summer
about
I turned
a Hallmark
20, which
movie.
I haven't even seen. No,
Oh,
it's an Amazon series.
Rachel's very excited about that.
Oh, well, I was just talking about like the social media response and the castings and stuff. And John was like, I could care less. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
I don't know anything about it, but she's like so excited. And I'm like, okay,
what is it?
It must be
The summer I turned 20.
Oh yeah, it sounds really good.
Remember I talked about it and I was talking about like shipping online and like real people,
can you give me a full refresher?
No, I'm not going to do that. Let's talk about Tron.
Well, I am sorry that that was a bad experience for you, but try 3.
It's fine.
Third time's the charm.
I'm not. Nope, I've given up.
James, tell us about Tron Ares.
Ares.
Ares, sorry.
Golem. No. You guys have not seen it, right?
No. I haven't seen any Tron. Never listened to Tron. I never. Big Lebowski's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, my experience with Tron is that I watched Tron Legacy and was like, wow, I really liked that movie. I want to go back and watch the original. I watched the original. I was like, I don't get it. And to this day, like, it's part of the lore. It's there. I know it. I can follow it. It is not a good movie. I still appreciate like all of the things. Like I've dove into it just for fun, you know. It lives in this world of like grand special effects that were unprecedented at the time, all this stuff. It's very cool. I don't love that movie, but it exists so that the next movie, in my opinion, could run, you know?
Yeah.
And Tron Legacy to me is just such a perfect movie in my eyes. It's like top 5, top 10 favorite movie of all time. Like I love that movie. And I had this whole thing with Bennett too, where we were going to go to Disneyland. And so we watched Tron and he loved it. And it was like his first thing that me and him connected on. So we were there and I bought him toys and stuff. And we were like, he wanted to know more about it. And we were watching videos on lore and it was just very, very, very exciting. And I knew this movie was coming up. And from a million miles away, I was like, I'm so glad the movie's being made, but that's it. It's going to be done after this because there's no way it's going to be a smash hit. I just know it. I know because Tron Legacy is an amazing, 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 amazing,
and that was a
movie.
Flop. Yeah.
And nobody went and saw it. And they poured all this money into it to make it the way that it is. And you see every dime on screen. You see every dime in the soundtrack. You see every dime in the story. It's all there, but it didn't make any money. And
Daft
I'm
Punk
shocked.
Before they broke up. I think that's what ended their relationship.
Yeah. And you know, it had everything going for it. For Tron Ares, other than the Jared Leto situation. And I was like, boy, if I was going to be wrong about everybody goes and sees this movie and it's amazing, the Jared Leto thing is the nail in the coffin. I'm like, I can see it a million miles away. People are going to have a problem with him and they're going to refuse to go see it. And I saw this constantly in the Tron forums. Like We all
That
agree
you're in
we're
the
not.
Tron forums.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like, John's like, there are
No.
Tron forums.
No, I'm looking at the box office for Tron Legacy, and that movie bombed.
It
Yeah.
did bad, and it was Joseph Kosinski too, like Top Gun.
And
Yes.
this is Disney, and they made a third one. It's like, just make the GD solo sequel. Like, what are we
They
doing?
did not market that movie well at all. Once again,
Ugh.
they
Sorry,
flopped
James.
on the
Go ahead.
marketing.
With Legacy, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know what it is culturally where people are like, everybody knows Tron, but for some reason they just don't want to go like see it or something.
They love the
like,
ride.
everybody that does partake in the movie says, yeah, that was really good. I really like that, or it seems like it. I don't know. I can't. Anyway, I knew that that this was probably the last Tron, where everybody says we're going to get another one in like 10 years or whatever. But the interesting thing to me about the third Tron is the fact that they're blaming Jared Leto for the flop, but the reality is that Jared Leto is the reason that it exists. I don't know if you guys know this, but he was right off the end of Tron Legacy. They wrote a script for the third Tron. It never got greenlit or whatever, but the character of Ares was there and Jared Leto was attached. And Jared Leto is the person that has been continually pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, getting to the level of he's a producer on the movie. He's really, really, really wants to make this thing happen. And he got it in theaters and he got them to spend a bunch of money on it. But it's I don't know what to tell you. If people don't go see the movie, then they're never going to do another one. And it sucks because this movie does sort of make you want another one. They like, it's not like necessarily cliffhanger, but like it has its ending, but they do
How is it
things that make
connected?
you go,
Second one.
how is it connected to the second one?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean it takes place after the second one?
Oh.
I guess the connection is what most people would hope for is that it picks up right where the second one left off.
Yes.
It doesn't.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, it does. It takes place like, many years after the second one. So even a lot of the same characters are not in it. They're like, by now, NCOM and everything has been, it's different people, they run it, and different things are happening. And
Got it.
so it's just like a generational jump.
What'd you think of the soundtrack compared to?
I think, first of all, Nine Inch Nails is like probably one of the best choices you could have come. I mean, like Deadmau5 or something might be another good one that they could have picked that would be like culturally like, oh yeah, absolutely, that he could do really good with this. But I think Nine Inch Nails did it. And I also think that when we were talking about Kpop Demon Hunters, Nine Inch Nails did something with the music that I think was what a lot of people connected with Legacy. Is I think that the music is so good that it will be reused in things all the time. People be like, what is this song? And then they go back and they're like, oh, this is the Tron soundtrack. That sounds really cool. I want to be a part of that. I never watched that movie. Then they'll watch it and then they'll be like, I missed out on this. And I think it will have its longevity and its legacy, no pun intended, just like the second movie did. But it's so unfortunate that it's one of these things where, like, if you want to support Tron, then you need to go see this movie. And people who love Tron still wouldn't go see it because something like Jared Leto, or it doesn't look good. I heard it was bad. And I'm like, you're not sending the right message to the people who can produce this franchise for you.
Yeah.
You're not telling them I'm not paying because Jared Leto's in it. You're telling them I'm not paying because I don't like Tron and I don't care about it. So you have to go see the movie and support it when it's in the theaters. But
here's the thing.
I feel like they just announced something with Jared Leto in it recently. And people were like, did they not learn anything?
Probably a Christmas Carol.
Well, because everybody is talking about, and I said this to you via text, I think, James, that I was like, yeah, no one's seeing that because of Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And you were like,
I know.
Well, Morbius bombed.
Yeah. Morbius.
I made a mistake though. So first of all, I didn't realize Joseph Kosinski directed the second one.
He did, yeah.
That actually
John, we've been saying
made-
that for years.
Years,
That's been
years.
my pitch. I'm like, John, you
Maverick.
liked
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick. Why are you not watching this movie that I'm screaming at you to watch?
Did you tell
because
me
it
that?
is so good.
told me
that?
Yes, I've told you this many times.
All right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that movie made 400 million actually, and did like a modest success on a
It
180
did fine.
budget.
Yeah.
This one is the one that really tanked. I was looking at the wrong box office numbers. This one's
It didn't
Oh,
help
yeah.
that they were using AI too on their red carpet and stuff. It just sent like not a great message to people that are
Yeah.
against AI right now.
But you're saying it was a good movie. You enjoyed it. You obviously went to go see it again. Bennett saw it. Like,
Yeah, we went and saw it. So the first time I tried to go, I did the IMAX 3D, and the reality of it is, I think there's so much going on screen that it was starting to make me sick in the 3D. No joke.
oh, yeah.
But so the better experience to me was I saw it in Dolby Cinema, and they have like so many speakers, and they have just like a really large, really bright contrast colored screen. And to watch that movie in that cinema was like just, I don't know, amazing. Like of super experience of going to see. I felt like what you might think of if you're like, oh, I'm going to see a Pink Floyd laser show at the planetarium.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just like sit back and it's just like colors and all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, honestly, and the first time I watch it, I had, you know, the check baggage at the door. Like, I'm like, I'm going to go in. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this movie, but I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. And I was, but there was still problems. But by the time I saw it the second time, you already come to terms with what, you know, was the reality of it. And I'm like, okay, so let me soak it in for what it is. And the second viewing, I'm like, I like this movie. I'm like, I'm down with this. I could still get into arguments where people would, you know, they bring up, well, they should have done this and this and this. And I'd be like, maybe, but also like, this is fine. Like, I like the story, and I'm interested to watch the community, not break it apart, but like do what we do with Star Wars, where we like dive in and make it make even more sense and point out the good things. Like, oh, what's great about this character? Well, the growth here and the trauma here and stuff. And once you start to get that, the whole thing makes so much more. And I think like I'm hoping that happens for me, for Ares, as it did for Legacy, because we're going on, you know, like 14 years of Legacy, and of all the stuff that has happened over the time, like I've just learned that movie has grown and grown and grown and grown and grown on me to a point where I'm like, this just like, what is wrong about this movie? Like, what is wrong with it? It's so good. Like,
It's very
John,
good.
John, father and son story, dude. Father and son
right.
story. It's
But you're saying
so
The
good.
soundtrack alone is just like so epic.
I choke
It's
up
so good.
every single time I watch the movie.
really?
I choke up over like when people put montage. I mean,
It's good.
montages
It's good.
are made to do that. But yeah, like online where just clips of like people saying like, you know, like Kevin talking to the enemy, you know, at the end of the movie, like, I didn't know that when I built you. I'm sorry, you know. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like, it gets me now just thinking about it. It's
Wow.
I love that movie, man.
My
That's really
favorite is
cool.
the ending, the end shot with the music that builds. Oh, it's so good. I didn't say what it was, but the music where it comes in and then it goes right to the credits. Oh, I love it.
Do
Where it
I
drops.
watch the first one or do a 20-minute YouTube recap?
You don't need to watch the first one.
You don't
at
need
all.
to watch the first one.
Is that sacrilege because it's Jeff Bridges? You know?
No.
No.
Right.
You know what? It's funny because like I started this. I watched the first one, and I'm not like the biggest fan of the movie. It's very scattered. It doesn't really know
It's
what
dated.
it wants to be. It does
dated.
things for trope reasons and stuff.
All right.
Like, I'm not a big fan of it. And the reality of it is they tell you a lot of what happened, what you need to know just right at the beginning of Legacy.
Yeah.
And even that is like, what do you really need to know? Kevin Flynn invented these video games. Now he went missing. You
He's
know, and it's like,
missing,
it
yeah.
doesn't really even have a
very
whole lot
Luke
to do with the
Skywalker.
thing.
Force Awakens, where they're like, Luke's missing. Where'd he go? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And it's just like you go on a journey and you find him, but I don't know, man. It's, yeah, I urge everybody to go take the opportunity to see this. If you just forget the story, forget Jared Leto, then just call it a visual and audio masterpiece in the theater on the
Floyd at
biggest
the
screen you can see.
planetarium.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's just go think of the craziest music video you've ever seen, and then have the ability to like see it 2 hours on the big screen. It's worth that. Go check it out. It looks so good, doesn't it? The
Right on.
contrast and the colors and everything. Oh man, I love it. Also, I watched Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah. And Peacemaker, thumbs up or thumbs down? Season 2.
I mean, as a season, it's good. Compared to season 1, I'm like, I guess it's just the same. It's just another good season. The only thing is James Gunn really hyped up the end of season 2, and I think a lot of people were like disappointed.
That's what I heard.
know.
Yeah.
I know that I turned to my friend after we watched the episode, and I was like, I gotta be honest, I don't think I liked that. It doesn't. I don't know. It did not feel like what you would have thought the ending of a show, of a season, and arguably a show would be, because they said we're not doing season 3. There's no plans for season 3 now. A lot of these characters are going to fit into the greater DCU.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but for Peacemaker fans, you gave us one season that was really good with a great ending, and you gave us a second season that was really good with an awful ending, and then you're like, that's done,
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
have personal ties to it too, because Foxy Shazam is the band that does the song, and they're in the show at one point. And that is a band from Dayton that I, have played many, many shows with, like
that's
wow.
long friends. And I have been championing that band for so many years. Like, people are sleeping on the talent of this band, and finally to see them really get in the face of everybody. Starting with Superman, I was like, oh man, apparently James Gunn really likes Foxy Shazam. He put him in Superman.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, announcing that they're the new theme song for Peacemaker season 2. And then he put him in the show too. It's like, I was like, dude,
He loves that
they're
band.
on it right now. He introduced them at some festival as like his favorite band.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, very good. Go listen to the record that Oh Lord is on. It's a masterpiece beginning to end. I love that record.
Right on, man. Good stuff.
I love how I came in with the Lilo hate, and you brought everything back up with everything that you're loving right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John.
I'm
Go
going to run
ahead.
through quick because of time, but 99 to Beat, if you like game shows, especially if you like Ken Jeong, he's the host of it. It's sort of like a Stranger Things ripoff. It's an actual game show.
You mean
though,
Squid Game?
What did I say?
Stranger Games.
Stranger Games.
Stranger Games? I said Stranger Games?
I think maybe. Roll it back.
We got to get out of here, man. No, Squid Game. It's like a Squid Game ripoff because you have like the money at the top and the announcer saying like one of you will be going home. It's like very sort of like that, but people have to do these sort of like Squid Game competitions where you have to do certain weird things, but the catch is you just don't have to be the last to finish and you move on. And it's a lot of fun. It's on
Did you guys watch
Hulu
Beast
and
Games?
Fox. What?
Did you watch
Oh,
Beast Games?
I did. It was all right.
I loved it. I liked it. We were on the edge of our seat every episode. We're like, I can't believe the stress of the decisions that these people have to make
Yeah.
over these mass amounts of money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That means nothing to Mr. Beast, but
I know it doesn't to him, but it was double the highest amount of money ever given away on a.
oh, I know
Insane.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
The winner of this gets $1 million, so we'll see how that turns out. Hulu and Fox. And then I watched The Perfect Neighbor. Tragic story, but it's real documentary using police cam body footage and actual footage, and they pieced it together to tell the story of what happened about this woman who shot another mother through her door or whatever. It's called The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix. It's pretty harrowing, but it's it's an important story to watch. So if you like true crime, if you like actual documentaries with real footage and real stuff going on, check out The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix. And then Chad Powers. I finally watched Chad Powers. I'm caught up. The finale, I believe, comes out this week. It comes out tomorrow on Hulu. It's a good show. I just find it strange. Like, I know the Mannings produced it off of the Eli Manning skit, which is a great skit. So I had trepidation about it, because it made me think of like the caveman stuff when the Geico cavemen were popular, and they're like, let's make a show out of this. But and it seems a little below Glenn Powell's trajectory right now, unless Running Man tanks. We'll see. But it's good. It's very predictable. It's very formulaic. The writing's a little choppy, but it's charming enough and entertaining that I recommend watching it, because it is pretty fun to watch. So Chad Powers,
knowing
thumbs up from me.
next to nothing about it, the vibe that I get when I see the advertisements for it is that it's a gritty remake of Eastbound and Down.
It's definitely not a gritty. It's not as gritty. But it is funny.
It just
in
looks
a way
more
that-
serious. Like, it's not a comedy, but it's like a serious version of Eastbound
No,
and
it's
Down.
funny. No, it's
but they
more of a
hired
comedy.
pretty actors, or something.
No, it is a comedy, and my favorite part of the show is obscure movie references. Like, he quotes a random quote from Armageddon at one point, and then his dad is like, he's on the phone with him, and he's like, "Did you just quote Armageddon to me right now?" He's like, "Get off the phone." And it's a random line from Armageddon. It's like, I love that stuff. And Glenn Powell's always really good. The cast is really good. The Michael Waldron, I don't know about the writing. It's a little wonky, and it's very predictable. But Lacey, I know you don't care about predictable stuff as long as it's a good story.
Oh, Michael Waldron, his Star Wars movie, sigh.
Oh, the Kevin Feige thing, yeah. But yeah, I recommend
guy.
watching Chad Powers. It's fun, but don't go in expecting to be blown away. But it's a good time. And I just wanted to be as quick as possible there, because this has been a long one. But we are at the end of the show. So
John said 60 minutes tops, but then
Yay.
he asked me about Tron, and I'm like, okay, in the first movie, yeah.
well, it's what you're watching has definitely turned into one of the longer segments on the show. When initially we were like, we're just gonna list what we've been watching, bing, 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 and
I
it's
knew
okay.
that I wanted an outlet to talk about Tron, and when you guys asked me to come on, I was like, oh, is there anywhere that would make sense? And you said, what are you watching? And I'm like, oh, all right, I'll do it there.
I'm glad that you give a positive review of that too, because I don't
Me
think
too.
a lot of reviews that have been coming out have been positive for that. So that's cool.
It's the classic. The critics' reviews are in the 50s on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is in the high 80s. So of the people who see it, they like it, but the vibe on the outside is that I bet that movie stinks. I'm not gonna go see it. It's got Jared Leto in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'll
that's fair.
happen.
And it's
That'll
like,
happen.
man, that sucks, because they did a good job. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be on the highest pedestal. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, they made a good movie, that's all that it is. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening and watching and getting nerdy with us. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Star Wars fans, don't forget the Resistance broadcast coming back with you live this Thursday and on your podcast apps Friday. For me, Johnny Hoey on Blue Sky and Twitter, and TRB on Thursdays, and my movie podcast, Just Like the Movies. Lacey, what about you?
Lacey Gilleran on social media, and it's Lacey Gilleran on TikTok. And I am going to plug the other podcast that I produce. We are having Paul Tremblay on this week, who is the best-selling horror writer of like horror movie, and he did the M. Night movie that came out. He wrote the book of it that it was based on, the Cabin in the Woods one.
Mm-hmm.
and he did a bunch of other really popular horror-esque books. But they have a good conversation about like horror tropes right before Halloween. So if you're into that stuff, check it out. It's called the Etch Cast.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
James, so good to have you as our first guest. I think that is super
Yeah.
awesome.
Hooray.
Where can people?
It's a different vibe in this room than
Different
the
vibe.
than the
in
Resistance
the nerdy
show.
nice room. Yeah. The Resistance show? Who the hell are you? The Resistance show.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's not TRS, it's TRB, right?
The Resistance podcast broadcast show thing.
Yeah.
Well, usually when people mess it up is they call it the Resistance podcast, but
They do.
we teach them. TRB is the way to be. James, I think people are going to be happy who did like Tron to talk to you about it. So where
On
can they chat you up on?
StarWarsNews.net. It's on I'm on social at Myra Trunks.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you all so much for being with us. We'll be back with you next week. Have a wonderful week. Stay nerdy, and we'll see you next time right here on Nerdy and Nice. See you around, kids.